Hello, welcome back. It's time for another GM Facepalm episode. Today, We Be Goblins, We Be Goblins 2. Gonna talk about that. There's been a few threads on the Paizo boards talking about how to extend it, how to lengthen those one-shot sort of playthroughs. So maybe creating such modules that you could call Three Be Goblins or Goblins for Hire, spelled F-O-U-R. I've been wanting to run those two modules, We Be Goblins and We Be Goblins 2, for a very long time. I've been highly entertained by the reimagined version of Goblins that Paizo did. I think they're fantastic, they're awesome, and desperately wanting to have a game like that. So yeah, one of my players had to bow out momentarily, perhaps, or permanently, who knows. We'll see. But in the meantime, we're gonna play something else. So yeah, We Be Goblins. I guess this is the opportunity to do it. And I was on my own sort of search quest to try and turn We Be Goblins, instead of having like two sessions of it, how to extend it. So I think I might have that figured out. Stay tuned if you're curious about this. If you have your own perplexities and considerations on how to run it. I came across Thornkeep. It's a module-based game from Pathfinder, put out from the Kickstarter with the MMO. So I'm going to run that. I'm going to have it based on Thornkeep, the River Kingdoms area, with the Echo Forest right there. Why would I do this? Well, it's very interesting. In Thornkeep, the small town, its import is banditry. Or I should say export, maybe. But anyway, they specialize in banditry. There's lots of commonplace found with crime there. The guards sometimes intervene. Otherwise, most of the time, if no one sees you do it, have at it. And there's lots of mercenaries. But besides all of that, what I found highly interesting, very entertaining, was that the small town of Thornkeep, there's a tribe of goblins there in this sector known as the slums. And you don't have to have it away from civilized areas. You don't have to be in a remote area of the forest or swamps or however the We Be Goblins is. But I think with Thornkeep, it presents a very unique opportunity of being among humans, dwarves, half-orcs, half-elves, elves, other. So, and I think the way I'm going to run it, it may be shown as sort of a very tabletop MMO theme to it, based on there's going to be a wealth of quests to pick from, rumors to follow, adventures to be had, especially with exploration of the forests, the rivers, and things like that. Under Thornkeep, there's some dungeons and such that you can explore as well. And what I find very entertaining about Thornkeep is its history, particularly with the rulership of goblins in that area years ago with someone named Zog. So I think there's a lot of great history that you can bring up through your adventures, particularly if they all play goblins. If you have people who don't want to play goblins, don't like the way that Pathfinder has made them out to be, I'm also allowing options for Bugbears, which I made my own race for. If you're going to stick more with swamps and such with like Sandpoint, then I would recommend a Merd, which I made. But I'm allowing all Bugbear types of the ones that I made that they can play as. Also Goblin Blues, so if you don't want to see them so stupid maybe, not, or lack in wit, you know. The blue would be a good choice. I'm going to allow as an option. Mites would be one more, and then another one, which is my favorite, is the Bargob, personal homebrew race that I made, part Barcast and part Goblin. I put out a video with that, and I had a more of like a Kitsune style type of race, but I recently updated the Bargob to make it more of what are featured in Blood of the Moon player companion book. I fashioned them after skin walkers there. So there are 10 racial points, so they're not too blown up with power. And I think it fits well. So I have one person who expressed interest in playing a Bargob, so we'll see if he continues with that. But yeah, I'm going to do Thornkeep with We Be Goblins, We Be Goblins 2, and I'm going to throw parts of Kingmaker in there as well, particularly some of the exploration of the lands around Thornkeep. I'm going to stick some of those spots of interest there, maybe like a Barrow, and with some undead, Barrow Hill. Maybe have a underground sort of hollowed out area underneath a great tree with some mites, as such as featured in Kingmaker. Just have a lot of random spots, things to kind of blunder into. I kind of expressed to my group when you play this Goblin campaign that they should not take it so seriously. They should have these aspects of crazily chaotic, blundering, short-sighted, maybe with a shortened memory span, blundering, forgetful, crazed, excuse me. Some of those things, just maybe comedic. So, just to keep it light, you don't have to keep it too heavy, unless you want to play something maybe very, very dark and dread. But as far as like seriousness, trying to stay away from human natures and tendencies with how you would play those. So something to be fun. Other than Kingmaker, parts of Kingmaker, I think I'm going to splash a little bit of Carrion Hill in there. Perhaps a portal leading to there. There's going to be quite a lot of dungeon delving featured in Thornkeep, and I think one of those hot spots underground will be a portal leading to this one part, which will be Carrion Hill. And replacing the scums or aquatic people with a different type of aquatic, which would be the Goblins of the Sea, Grindylow. I think I'm going to feature them primarily in that game. Maybe have this Goblin group maybe help another Goblin group out. Once again, to be seen as heroes, descendants of Zog, maybe some sort of heralded sort of claim. And that one aspect in not Carrion Hill, but actually from shore to sea. When they do that one, I think that will be the one with the Grindylow. So yeah, forget the Carrion Hill part. I'm still going to throw that in, but it'll be within Thornkeep. But the from shore to sea, that's the module. I got those switched there. But that one's the one I'm going to run as that portal to, like an Aslanti portal, old. Very old, but for some reason it was awakened when the goblins stumbled into it, and then that takes them to this sort of shore area, and then they have to fight these Grindylows that are bringing or on command from this Aboleth, and then there'll be that taint aspect, which is presented in from shore from shore to sea, and maybe have the characters sort of get Grindylow qualities due to the taint as presented. So I'll keep you guys updated, especially for those that are interested in this. We'll be starting it next week. I've been heavily preparing for this game. There's lots of different things to map tool, and it should be interesting. A little bit of a pain in the ass because I was already prepping another game 2 weeks into it, very heavy, very intense prep, and now I have to try and clear my head of it. So it's a big part of Jade Regent's continuing campaign. So now I'm back to Goblins, so it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and I'll keep you guys posted on that. Maybe I'll start a little series of what happens. So maybe if you're playing your own, you can take some of this advice, or use some of this advice of things not to do, maybe, if you're against certain things that I present. So, till next time, see ya.